Do you have a watch on your wrist at this moment? Is it adorned with diamonds valued at $5 million? Can it display the current time in Kazakhstan? Does it house miniature space gyms within its confines? If your answer is no, then you've yet to experience some incredible horological marvels. Delve into the top 17 most ingenious watches ever crafted. Number 17. Zanis and Co-nuvati. If having moon particles on your wrist isn't enough for you, Zanis Co-nuvati new body watch might give you the space fix you've been craving. The watch face is classic black, and at first it looks simple and a little uninteresting, but on closer inspection, there's a bubble which holds 3 small fragments, a piece of the moon, a slither of Mars, and a 4-billion-year-old space jam from a meteorite that fell to Earth. Oh, and there are also 70 small diamonds floating around to give the impression of stars. If space gems weren't already enough to tempt you into a purchase, it's $1,500. Price tag isn't bad at all, considering the dollar to gem ratio. Number 16. Expensive G-Shock. Combining traditional crafting with cutting-edge style and technology, G-Shock is ticking all the boxes with this $5,000 beauty from their NRG range. Traditional Japanese tsuki hammering has been used on the watch bezel to give each piece a unique and distinctive finish, and the full metal body is tough, but understated enough for everyday wear. The watch's engine uses Bluetooth GP's radio-controlled solar power to keep it ultra-accurate, provided that you have access to some sunlight, of course. Number 15. Romaine Jerome. DN a moon dust watch. If you've got $450,000 to spare and you really love the moon, this Romaine Jerome masterpiece is the watch for you. The dial and the face are made from minerals that have real moon dust melted into them, and the case is made of steel combined with fragments of Apollo 11, so you can wear actual spacecraft on your wrist. This watch really is out of this world. Number 14. Harry Winston-Opus 11. This $230,000 limited edition timepiece replaces traditional hands with a dynamic mechanical system. It contains 24 plates revolving on an innovative system of gears, and every hour, 4 play cards burst into action and rotate to the center of the dial to display the correct time. The watch is made up of a staggering 566 components and 155 jeweled bearings, making it one of the most technical creations on this list. Harry Winston isn't the only watch brand shunning the traditional single watch face design. MB and FD's aviation-inspired H-4 Thunderbolt is equally as radical. The twin barrels showed the watch's power reserves as well as the hour and minute, and it sits perpendicular to the wrist, making it perfect for pilots or anyone who wants to give the impression that they own a plane. Number 13. MCT S110 Evo Vanta Black. Black never goes out of style, so if you're going to invest in a timepiece, it makes sense to go for the blackest watch ever made. Vanta Black is supposedly the blackest shade of black in the world and can absorb more than 99.965% of light. Its $95,000 price tag is totally justified when you consider the components have to be heated to a scorching 400 degrees Celsius to apply the Vanta Black material being so tricky to manufacture. It's no surprise that only 10 of these timepieces are available. Number 15. Louie Monet Jurassic. At first glance, this Louie Monet watch doesn't look particularly creative, but appearances can be deceptive. Look closer, and you'll see that the dial is made of actual dinosaur bone. No really fossilized 150 million-year-old dinosaur bone, to be exact. The 18K rose gold case and traditional minute and hour hands are more classic style than crazy innovation, but at a reported price of around $150,000. You're surely going to want a watch design that goes with everything. Number 12. Devon Tread One. Born in the USA, the Tread One was designed to represent the American spirit, and if the American spirit is also made up of an interwoven system of conveyor belts, then it's achieved its purpose. This Devon watch is a completely new take on time. telling the tiny onboard computer controls all of the watch's functions and ensures that the four belts are in the correct positions to display the time. This rechargeable watch costs around $18,000, but on the bright side, at least you'll never have to fork out for a new battery. Number 11. Vacheron Constantin 57260. In 2015, Vacheron unveiled the most complicated timepiece in the world, and it is spectacular. The pocket watch was commissioned by an anonymous collector and is rumored to be worth an eye-watering $8 million. It has more than 2,800 mechanical movements, as well as such technically advanced functions that the timepiece claimed 10 new patents. If you want something similar, then you'll need a lot of time on your hands. This timepiece took a team of 3 master watchmakers, 8 years to build. Number 10. Hublot Big Bang. It might be nowhere near as complicated as Vacherons' creation, but the Hublot Big Bang has an equally mind-blowing price tag of $5 million. Gifted to Jay-Z by his wife, fiancé for his 43rd birthday. This one-of-a-kind timepiece took 12 diamond cutters and 5 jewelry setters. 7 months to make, and over 1,200 diamonds were sourced, especially for the watch. This watch is the only one that can be seen from space, probably. Number 9. Chopard 201. While I'm on the subject of bling, Chop's 201 is a whole new level of shininess. The watch is made up of 874 diamonds in lots of different shapes, sizes, and colors. The idea is for the timepiece to resemble a flower in its form and function, and the diamonds that enclose its face flip open in the same way that petals do at daybreak at $25 million. It's the most expensive watch in the world, and whether this Technicolor vision is worth the hefty price tag is down to a matter of personal taste or lack thereof. Number 8. Urwerk UR-105 CT Streamliner. This creative masterpiece combines modern good looks with a nod to the early years of timepiece, making the dial works on a carousel, which uses 4 satellites to send the hour to the bottom of the dial to reveal itself at the correct time. The hood over the bezel is designed to resemble a knight's armor, which protects the mechanisms of the watch. It's built to withstand whatever's thrown at it, but at around $65,000, you probably won't want to be throwing much at it whatsoever. Before I reveal the next example, you should subscribe. If you're enjoying the video, we upload amazing fact-filled list videos daily. Also, make sure to click that bell icon to stay updated, or you'll regret missing out on some amazing knowledge that could have filled your brain. Now let's get back to it. Number 7. Salvador Dali Melted Wristwatch. As one of the best-known pieces of art in the world, almost everyone will recognize Salvador Dali's persistence of memory. If you can't quite afford to buy the original painting, fret not, you can buy a watch inspired by the masterpiece for around $80. As well as being the cheapest watch on this list. It's also the least innovative in terms of technology, but it looks really cool, so it made the list anyway. Number 6. Roger Dubois Knights of the Round Table. History nerds rejoice. This beautifully crafted watch was inspired by, you guessed it, the Knights of the Round Table. In the center of the 18-karat pink gold bezel is an engraved black jade dial that takes master watchmakers 45 days to create. The 12 miniature sculpted knights represent the famous figures of the Round Table and are incredibly detailed. There were only 28 timepieces made in this design, and each one was reported to have sold for $268,000, but it can't hurt to keep your eye on eBay for one of them. Surfacing. Number 5. Jaquet Droz, the bird repeater. Twitchers, rejoice. This is the watch you've been waiting for. The bird repeater has a mechanism that at the touch of a button will tell the hours, quarter, hours, and minutes using cathedral gong struck by tiny hammers inside the watch. This button also activates up to 8 animations within the watch. Is adorable. Mechanical bird family. The 18-karat white gold version goes for $493,500, but if you're on a budget, the red gold version is a measly $472,500. $500, which I think is a bargain. Number 4. Mr. Jones, Time Traveler. If you're an international jet setter, this is the watch you've been searching for. Telling the time with this device is kind of tricky as the face has a 24-hour layout instead of the usual 12, and where you are in the world will dictate which landmark you use to tell the time. If you're in London, Big Ben will tell you the hour, and New York's time is indicated by the Statue of Liberty. With this limited edition watch, you can travel in time without ever leaving your house, and at $213, it's cheaper than a plane ticket. Number 3. Eon, the Bradley. The Bradley timepiece is practical and stylish in equal measure, and it serves a great purpose. It can be used by blind and visually impaired people. The range starts at just over $300, and each model features raised markers and 2 ball bearings. Track the minute and hour. It's a great watch for sighted people too. You can subtly check the time when your meeting feels like it's been going on for way too long. Number 2. Zero Mercury Watch. Zero's offering delivers a unique way of telling the time, and once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to use 2 swirls. Simply move in a contrast gradient around the watch face to show hours and minutes. It's not too expensive at around $199, with lots of colored options available. If this watch seems a little too easy to use, go for something more difficult like the Aura Unica. It's dubbed the Timeless Watch, which frankly is a little worrying on a practical front. Number 1. Q&Kin, Eye of the Storm. A watch without a face really well. Yeah, this watch is totally black until the wearer presses a button, which illuminates lights on the bezel to indicate the time. The idea is that the watch is free of metal, making it a better option for people with allergies. It looks pretty cool too. The Eye of the Storm sadly isn't available online for purchase, but the Nader is equally as innovative and is relatively cheap at $135. Which watch would you love to own? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, thanks for watching.